welcome to Tech Enthusiast. I'm Neil.
I forgot my name. Can we start again?
No.
Okay. I'm Simon.
Hey, I'm Simon.
Do you know why I forgot my name?
Go on.
Because I was thinking of something that we had to put in the show notes.
All right.
And I was like, right, remember to say that thing when it starts.
Okay.
You forgot your name.
I'll try and remind you later on.
No, I'll throw it in now. Put it first.
Okay, fair enough.
Right, okay. So we all know I've been buying PC laptop dog side.
Yeah.
Okay, it came.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I sent it back because the first one came broken, but another story.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, oh, when you buy a PC, because I'm so used to buying Apple.
Yeah.
When you buy a PC, it comes with bloatware on it.
Oh God,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh my God, what is all this junk?
Yeah.
Quick Google later, turns out the latest version of Windows 10, the creators update, comes with a
bloatware.
feature called Fresh Install.
Oh, nice.
Click it, and it puts on a fresh install of Windows 10.
That's
all
nice.
the junk gone. You've just got the base drivers. So you've got to install, a few extra drivers.
Yeah,
but it's
of course.
That is really cool. So boom, click, done. So top tip, if you buy a new Windows 10 laptop, first thing you do, update it, then click fresh install, and it's like having a Microsoft signature laptop.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, really, I was really impressed.
I wonder how the OEMs feel about that.
Not happy.
Shh, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone it exists.
I didn't really see it popping up in the tech blogs.
No.
I did not see that as a news piece.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I found it through, when you're doing a bit of Google and that stuff, so it just pops up, oh, interesting. Anyway, tech news.
Tech news.
Off. Oh, go on. You starting on my side?
Well, what we're doing first?
Let's do E3.
Let's do E3.
It's big.
It's, E3 week. It's the Electronic Entertainment Expo.
You got that?
I did. My brain gave in for a little bit.
You didn't forget your name.
Well, yeah, true. But yeah, it's where all the video games are massive announcements basically for this year and into next.
Before tech expos were big, that was the expo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It really was. The tech expos didn't really even register on the radar.
Yeah.
But E3 it dipped for a bit, but it's been one of the biggest expos on the calendar, it really has.
Yeah, it's one of those things where a couple of years back people were like, is there going to be an E3 in a few years' time? But it's still going strong.
Yeah.
And this year, in fact, they had the public were allowed in. I don't know how that worked.
On press day?
Yeah, well, there was because last year they had like an E3 public thing that was separate and it was in a different location.
Okay.
This year they were saying that it's same location. They were going to have some talks and stuff that you could go to. So I don't know whether it was like same location but a separate little area.
It's a good idea because now expos, they're more like big events that you really want to go to with your mates, experience it.
Yeah.
So you've got to open them to the public.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much point in doing trade only expos anymore.
And that's what Gamescom do in Germany. They have press days and public days, and the public days apparently just absolutely swamped.
Yeah, I can imagine. Go on then.
But yeah, so we'll start with the biggie. I've watched all of the press conferences for the three hardware developers.
Good research,
really,
Neil.
the
Good
big
research.
ones. So Microsoft, the Xbox. They've been talking about Project Scorpio now for some time, since last year.
Yeah.
And it's got a new name. It's not called the Xbox Scorpio.
How many X's can you get in one product name?
It is the Xbox One X.
3 X's.
So now, because the original Xbox One is no more, there's the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X. Now, the S was always supposed to stand for slim, but the Xbox One X is smaller.
Yeah, I found that quite amusing as well. But amazing they could even fit in something smaller.
Yeah, to be honest, it's got
the thermal capacity. Seems impressive.
Very powerful.
So go on, describe it in relation to food. How big is it?
I don't know. I mean, seeing it side by side with the Xbox One S.
Is it like a modern day size of packet of Cocoa Pops? Because they're thin now.
Yeah,
they are thin.
I don't really buy cereal, so I can't really
wafer thin now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can go into a story about why the wafer thin. We'll circle back round. We'll circle back round. We'll circle back.
Yeah, I couldn't really say because I've not seen one. It was just a picture of one on the screen, so I've not seen one for scale. I apologise.
Any product, I want it in reference to a Nightmare Food.
Right, I'll do better in the future. So yeah, it's a powerful. There's did they call it a beast? A monster. They refer to it as being a monster on stage. 6 teraflop GPU.
Do we care?
No.
Do we honestly care?
No.
Do you know the one thing we care about?
Okay.
How great it makes the games look. And it's expensive. Let's just throw out the price.
$499.
Okay, so it's £409.
Probably.
Right. But if you compare that to a gaming PC...
Yes, it's very cheap.
Which essentially the quality of the visuals now is 4K.
Yeah.
HDR.
HDR, yeah.
So you try and build a PC yourself that can produce that level of gameplay.
Yeah.
Grand.
Yeah.
Easy, grand.
And the S has got 4K and HDR as well. It's just, this is beastier.
Yeah, this is 60 FPS, proper maxed out.
Yeah. And the one thing they said on stage, like when they were talking about specs and what it does and how good it is, isotropic filtering.
Of course.
Yeah. I've got absolutely no... That sounds like a drink. Speaking of which, it's got a liquid-cooled vapour chamber.
Has it?
Yeah.
That's how they're managing to keep it.
Yeah, that's how they're keeping it cool.
People are really doing interesting things with cooling now.
Yeah.
Did you see at E3 as well, someone broke the record, I think. Was it? No, it was a Computex, wasn't it, where they broke the record on overclocking.
Oh, right, yeah.
Liquid nitrogen, they pour it in. But then, do you know if the computer crashes?
Yeah.
The only way you can get the computer to reboot is if you put a blowtorch to the liquid nitrogen.
Wow.
To get the temperature up so the computer boots, you turn off the blowtorch and then the temperature drops again. And I just throw that tidbit in because I was like, I have no idea that's how they did it.
Yeah. But yeah, the other interesting bit that they've done with the Xbox platform as a whole is they've now got backwards compatibility for the original Xbox.
That sort of thing is so ridiculously powerful.
Yeah.
It can easily emulate.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. People moaning about the price.
Yeah.
I personally think it's not a bad price for what it is.
No, I mean...
I'll tell you what, you try and get a 4K Blu-ray player that supports HDR.
Yeah.
You're dropping this much money.
Yeah.
And you can play games on this.
Yeah, and people were saying that they'd have to make it $399 to be competitive with the PlayStation Pro. But this is a lot more powerful and... Yeah, and you can't play 4K Blu-rays on the blooming PlayStation Pro,
which seems odd to me.
It does.
It really. I don't know why PlayStation did that.
Yeah, somebody before E3 happened. Somebody was talking to one of the guys from Sony, and they were talking about backwards compatibility and saying, you know, is Sony going to bring it in because Xbox have been doing it for a while now, and they kind of went, you see, that's a feature everybody asks for, but nobody uses.
Possibly true.
Yeah, but apparently Ars Technica ran a story like off the back of that saying, you know, let's have a look into it, let's get some Xbox data and see. And they came back and said, yeah, they're right, nobody uses it. And Xbox went, that's not true, have a look at this data. And Ars went, okay, we'll retract the story.
Biggest story from Microsoft, Neil.
Yeah.
They're bringing back the original pad.
The original pad?
The original Xbox pad, the Duke.
Right, that wasn't in the press conference.
Oh, well, you know, oh, birdie. Seriously, it's coming back.
All right, cool.
And with optional cable.
Optional cable.
So you can plug the cable in to get the real old school feel. Yeah, they're bringing it back. They've done some slight refinements to it.
Yeah.
I think they've improved the grips and things like that. Yeah, but they're partnered with someone, I can't remember who it's partnered with. But yeah, it's coming back. The original Duke.
Not Mad Cats.
It's not, well, it's definitely not my favorite. No. But yeah, I was amazed that that's coming back. But it's a lot of money.
It is.
Crazy impressive graphics, I'm sure. You can't get a PC anywhere near that price point. If you want the best looking graphics without having to mess around, buy it.
Definitely.
That's it. Go on then, Sony. What did Sony do?
Sony, well, it was all games. Just quickly on the Xbox front, they had a couple of things on stage game wise that kind of caught my eye. They announced the Minecraft cross-platform plus super duper 4K graphics.
Yeah, have you seen? Because I was reading a piece today about what the grass looks like now.
Oh, it looks really
so
nice.
rather than a green blob, it's actual blades of grass.
Yeah, it does look really, really nice. It's one of those things where you're like, well, 4K graphics, that's going to ruin Minecraft, but it's more the detail on each individual block rather than making it less
just gone through the roof, so the water will look like water, the lava will look like lava.
Yeah, it looked really, really nice when they showed it off. Assassin's Creed is coming back after a year off. And just the only reason I'm mentioning this is because it's set in Egypt, and I swear I've not looked it up. I should have done, but I swear that the main character is from Yorkshire because I'm pretty sure he was called Bayek.
Have you also seen that there's an $800 limited edition version of the game?
What?
Yeah.
They've always done like figurines and stuff with
it comes with a massive figurine and loads of other stuff, and loads of prints and books and soundtrack. $800. Just let's put it into perspective, Neil. You could buy the Xbox One X, and halfway there, more than halfway there, to the PS4 Pro.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
For the sake of that one game.
Yeah,
and someone will buy it though.
Oh, definitely. Cuphead, which was something that they announced way back when the Xbox One was supposed to be a launch game, but that looks really, really cool. It's like playing a 1920s cartoon, essentially.
Right.
Looks gorgeous. I think originally it was just like boss battles, and people went, yeah, so they went, all right, we'll make it a full-featured game. So that's why it's taken a few more years to do.
Right.
And I think one of the biggest games coming out of it was Anthem, which was on the Xbox stage, and that's a third-person action RPG where you're in mech suits. They're more like armour suits than mechs. But yeah, absolutely stunning graphics. Look fantastic. So then, PlayStation.
Okay.
Now, PlayStation had like a pre-show, which was just some people sat at a desk talking, but there were announcements made during the pre-show.
Right.
Which was a little bit weird. That's where they spoke about Gran Turismo, Super Hot coming to PSVR, and a couple of other things. But it was mainly interviews, and it went on for a good chunk of time. It was a bit dull, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. Then the main show came along, and they started by announcing the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Which is...
What, a reissue?
I don't know. I said Bubsy to you earlier, didn't I? I meant Crash.
Okay.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot trilogy. So they're just releasing all three games.
I can remember Crash coming out because they wanted it to be Mario.
Yeah.
In terms of the character that was iconic.
Yes.
But I thought they dropped it way too soon.
Really?
Yeah, I think they could have stuck with it. They could have done a lot more.
Yeah.
They just thrown out a lot of rubbish stuff. But apparently... Do you know the racing game?
Yeah.
Was supposed to be...
I heard that,
really good.
I was just about to say that. But, so, I don't know. I never really liked the design of the character of Crash.
I played the first game a lot.
And then they released... they mentioned really briefly a special package that you could buy. I didn't quite get all the details, but it included a gold PS4. It was ugly. It was really nasty looking. I don't know. It was bizarre.
Don't we just want the console to just disappear and you don't even know it's there anyway? Why make it a statement piece?
I do not know. It was bizarre.
If you're going to make it a statement piece, make it look gorgeous, not a box.
Yeah.
Sony's not impressed with itself, Neil.
Well, the Sony press conference itself had a lot of weird things going on in the auditorium.
Right.
Microsoft was pretty... I mean, it got like a weird looking stage and stuff, and people stood in like on raised platforms and bizarreness. But for the on, they brought the 2018 Porsche 911.
Oh yeah,
it was the unveiling
of Forza, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it Forza? Yes. It's like the 911 GTR2 or something.
Yes. Yeah. The 2018 model. Apparently, that was the first time that car's ever been seen.
Yeah.
But on the PlayStation stage, it started.
Coming back to that, this ties in with that.
Okay.
Right. You know what the Ford GT4 is, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a car. So it was its 50th anniversary last year. That's why they took it back to Le Mans and why they won again.
Yeah.
That apparently was developed in secret in a basement. No one at Ford got to see it.
All right.
But Forza did.
Oh.
They gave the model to Forza so it could be in the game.
That's crazy.
When the game come out.
Yeah.
So more people, whoever's developing Forza, turned 10, got to see that car than people who worked at Ford.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I think they were making a big point out of the Porsche as well, because the Porsche licensing for video games opened up, didn't it?
Yeah, just lost it.
Yeah. The PlayStation press conference opened with some Bangra music, with like a live Bangra band. It played for a long time, and there was kind of really nothing else happening.
Padding it out.
Yeah, it was bizarre. And then it went out of that into a trailer for like a side Uncharted game called Lost Legacy, which is set in India. So that was the reason.
Okay, there was a connection.
Yeah. Then it started snowing in the auditorium.
Oh, okay, this is sounding crazy now.
Yeah, and that was there was a trailer for some Horizon DLC, which I think it was DLC anyway, so called the Frozen Wilds.
Right.
Then they started playing a zombie game called Days Gone.
Right.
And there's a section in it where there's a guy walking like through like a chasm, and there are dead bodies hanging from the roof. And they had some performers dangling as if they were dead bodies from ropes in the auditorium.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's in good taste, don't it?
No, I'm not quite sure. And there was a zombie bear in the trailer as well.
Okay.
Which was pretty awesome.
Zombie bear.
Covered in barbed wire and got like sticks sticking out of it.
Oh, well, yeah, if you're going to be zombie bear, you're going to cover yourself in barbed wire, aren't you?
Yeah. Shadow of the Colossus remake.
This is all sounding like their event last year, Neil.
Yeah. Look at all this stuff we used to do.
Yeah. Still doing it.
But there was a bunch of news. Well, the new God of War game. A game called Detroit, which looked really cool.
Yeah.
Which is it's about androids, and androids kind of fighting for the right to be human.
Oh, right.
It was a cool looking
side
game.
are we on?
I think you play as one of the androids,
okay.
I think, but you can choose whether it's a peaceful revolution or a violent revolution.
Okay.
So like 99% of people are doing the violent one.
Yeah.
And the new Spider-Man game looked really cool.
Can you remember, was it just called Spider-Man when it came out on PS2?
I think it was, yeah.
How much fun was that?
Swinging around the city.
Game. You could just swing around for hours.
Yeah.
In fact, I used to spend more time just swinging around than actually doing missions. Yeah. It was so... If they can bring back...
Yeah, well, it looked...
that fun element.
It looked very similar, and there was like, because there was, I think the first Spider-Man, it was like, well, where are these webs connecting to? Because they were just connecting to openness above you. Whereas with the second one, they actually connected to buildings.
Yes.
Well, they've done that one, and then if you get too close to a building, you kind of run along the side of it, and then you can launch off.
Yeah, they did that in one of...
I think they did, yeah. I was like, this looks
because you did like the power jump off, didn't you? Yeah.
So that looked cool, but... The example that it showed you of the gameplay went into like a very scripted scenario, and as a result, there were loads of quick time events. Yeah,
show me jumping,
like having to shoot webs at a specific time to stop a crane falling on people and things like that. So yeah, it all got a bit quick timey. But in all honesty, like both on Xbox and PlayStation, all of the games that they showed looked gorgeous. Xbox showed a bunch of idea Xbox games, so like, you know, smaller games.
Yeah.
And there were some really, really cool looking ones in it. And again, with the PlayStation, there was a lot of anime looking games on PlayStation and on Nintendo as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, everything just looks stunning. It's just unbelievable.
How far we've gone.
Yeah, and when you think about it, PC gaming's even beyond that.
Yeah,
but
family Forza on the PC is just supposed to be.
Yeah,
as long as you've got a computer that can.
Yeah, and I think
push it to that.
I think the reason that for a while now both consoles have pushed kind of racing games as ways of showing how good things can look is because cars on games have been looking so good for a really long time now.
Apparently, GT Sport, the cars are indistinguishable. They just look real.
Yeah.
Which is just, I haven't been able to play racing games since probably like original Forza. The cars look good, but they obviously stood out like a sore thumb, and
yeah,
you know, they don't look good up close. Beyond that, they just look pixely junk.
But there's stuff like Wet Road looking really, really good.
Oh, the reflections when you go through the puddles. Yeah.
So it was all really cool. And then Nintendo, who had a half-hour Nintendo Spotlight.
Okay.
Which, compared to the other shows, was really short.
You don't need much for Nintendo, though, do you? Just bish bash bosh, show it, see you later.
And I think Nintendo's view in recent years as well has been, we don't need a big expo to do this. We can do this ourselves online.
Yeah.
And they've been having like the Treehouse events and stuff like that. So they're kind of doing their own thing anyway. But there's a new Kirby game.
I think it's tough as well, but for Nintendo, because we were just talking about how awesome the graphics and everything are.
Yeah.
But that's not what Nintendo's about. Nintendo's more about unique gameplay and fun. So it's hard to stand on stage for 2 hours and say, look at all our graphics and all that stuff.
True.
Well, Kirby.
Yeah, there was a new Kirby game. Do you know, I've never played a Kirby game.
Sean and the kids like Kirby games.
Yeah. But it looked really nice. Metroid Prime 4 coming at some point. You literally just got a logo. There was nothing else. So, no idea what's happening there.
I liked the other Metroid announcement.
Yeah. What was that?
Back to its 2D roots on the 3DS.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did see that.
Yes, that's cool.
Yeah. There was, and I think the Kirby game, it just said Kirby. There was no kind of name or title to it, whether it's got a further name or if they just...
Hey, we've got this really unique,
just
cool IP.
Stripping it back.
We're going to use
Kirby.
it.
And similarly, there was a Yoshi game, which was just called Yoshi.
Yeah. They've gone away from the wall. It looks more like a cardboard diorama now, doesn't it?
The backgrounds do, yeah, but Yoshi looked woolly.
Right, okay.
Himself. And it was a kind of what generally gets called a 2.5D side scroller.
Yes, so you can go
so
in
there's
and out
depth
a little bit,
to it as well. But when you were talking about graphics, this looked gorgeous because the kind of like you say, it looked like a cardboard diorama, but it looked
realism. Did they go for unique fun?
But to be honest, it did look kind of real.
Really?
Yeah, it really did. Like stuff held together with tape, and there was a section where it looked like it was in like a kitchen or something, but everything in the background looked like a real kitchen. Yeah, and the cardboard, it was like corrugated cardboard, so it had like a depth to it as well, and it looked really, really, really nice. All the manga games again, Zelda expansions, amiibos, Rocket League.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, coming to the Switch, which I think that's a really good matchup for the Switch.
Yeah, definitely.
And with cross-network play as well. Mario Odyssey is weird. Did you hear anything about it?
Just that it's weird.
It is weird.
He's got a magic hat.
He's got a magic hat, and you can throw your hat at something, and when it lands on that thing, you then embody that thing. The hat sits on top of it, and the thing immediately grows a moustache.
Right, okay. Well, the kids and all the Let's Play guys go nuts for Crazecraft when you can do that.
Yeah.
I know Grayson does that non-stop.
Yeah. So you got like a Bullet Bill suddenly with the hat on and a moustache. You got every character you can think of, and ones that haven't been in previous games as well, with the hat and the moustache, and you looking like you take control of that character.
I think with Mario, you need to wait for it to come out and to see what the game plays like. 'Cause it's always plays so good. That's what Mario's about.
Yeah,
just playing great.
But I think the thing that people are still really curious about is interwoven within this, there are the sections that look like they are levels within the real world.
Yes.
And that's not really been explained as far as I'm aware. Because, I mean, if that's the real world, what is Mario? Because he's a little tiny character amongst normal-sized human beings. But are they humans? Is it? I don't think it's Earth, because there was the New Donk City was seen as being one of the levels, which obviously isn't a real place. So is it like an Earth-like place rather than Earth?
Is it October release? Maybe is it?
I think so. Yeah.
Just have to wait, Neil.
Yeah.
It's Nintendo, they always do something interesting.
Yeah. It was a bit bizarre and a bit weird, but it definitely looked really cool.
I think of all the consoles, that's probably the one that I'll pick up this year for the family.
Yeah. I think, the last PlayStation I owned was a PlayStation 2. I went to Xbox 360. I've got an Xbox One. But as I was saying, some of the games that were shown for PlayStation as exclusives, I've wanted to play Horizon Zero Dawn because it looks fantastic.
As long as you don't get the PlayStation 4 Pro, the PlayStation 4 by Christmas.
Yeah.
Top tip, usually the best sales are end of October.
Yeah.
Early November.
Yeah.
That's when the big sales are. Beyond that, they're starting to creep the price up again. So wait till then, I reckon well secured.
And that's when the Xbox One X is coming out, beginning of November. So
they'll slash the price of everything else to try and look how much cheaper this is.
Try and pick up a PlayStation. But I've not played games for a while, and it got me, watching these press albums, has got me thinking, do you know what? I've got The Witcher set up there, I've not played it, I think I might play The Witcher.
Yeah, it's the one thing that I miss doing in gaming.
Yeah.
Because I used to love gaming.
Yeah.
Now, and of course, everyone in the family still loves gaming.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's start playing Lego Worlds. Crazy Craft. And, what's he playing at the minute? God, he's even into the pre-release alpha versions of games.
Oh my god.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
So I'm having to buy although to be honest, the pre-release stuff is usually quite cheap.
Yeah.
Because they make a lot of money, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, well, I've pre-ordered 2 of the Nintendo 2DS XLs for my kids.
That's what the 2DS should have been.
Agreed.
In the first
it should have been a
place.
clamshell. It looks really nice. But yeah, I've got those for my kids for Christmas, so that should be good. They don't listen to this.
What happens if
I don't think they know what a podcast is.
What happens if they accidentally click on their tablet now? Subscribe.
But yeah, so there was tons going on at E3. There were obviously other press conferences as well from some of the big publishers.
I think it just shows how big gaming is now.
Yeah.
Because these things now are just enormous.
They are.
Huge attention. Ridiculous budgets.
Yeah.
And they're just shifting record numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's unreal.
But yeah, it's never been a better time to play video games.
You got such a big choice.
Yeah. Yeah, you really do.
It's still hard, I think, to pick between Xbox and PlayStation.
I think the problem is because I've been on an Xbox platform for quite a while now.
It just feels hard to go to PlayStation.
No, I think the thing, I kind of crave a PlayStation because I'm like, do you know what? I wanted to play Heavy Rain, but I never got to. I've never played a God of War game. Was never particularly interested in God of War games, but the new God of War looks amazing.
Yeah.
And just those games that you can't play and that you see other people raving about.
Yeah,
you kind of
I suppose Microsoft have never been one for exclusives, particularly.
No, you're talking Halo, Gears of War, outside of that, Forza, outside of that.
Yeah, but you can get Forza on the PC.
Yeah, true.
So,
and I think that's the thing with a lot of the stuff as well, because they were saying that it is, it's not necessarily a cross-buy, but you can play on PC and on Xbox. I think that gives while it's brilliant, because it gives consumers choice, it also gives people a lot of choice not to buy an Xbox if they've already got a PC.
Yeah.
But
on the other hand, it's cheap to get the Xbox to get a good graphic.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got the PC already, then
can you remember back in the day when I used to have every single console?
I do, mate. Yeah.
I think I even had 2 or 3 original Xboxes. I had the different colourways.
Oh yeah, I remember you having the green one and the crystal one.
Yeah. I think I had the black one for a while as well.
Yeah.
I had a lot of Xboxes. The Xbox 360 as well. That broke last Christmas. It was a release day console. God knows how it lasted that long.
No, it'd been sat unused for a while, though, hadn't it?
Yeah, it did. It went unused for a while and it come back out when Grayson wanted to play games. Right, all the tech news then, Neil.
Yeah.
Everyone's favourite mobile phones.
Oh, of course.
Want to start with the Google Pixel.
Yep.
Been out a while now.
Good looking phone.
How many units do you think it's shifted?
7 bazillion.
Just over 1 million.
Oh.
Which seems unbelievably low.
Worldwide, that does seem crazy low.
Yeah, they reckon they don't release sales numbers.
Right.
So the way they've got this number is on the Google Play Store. When something goes over 1 million sales, it gets the new badge. It just
only just got it.
clicked over to 1 million, and it's the Pixel launch because you need a Pixel phone for the Pixel launch.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just seems unreal that Google invested that kind of money.
Yeah.
And it's only shifted 1 million.
Does seem.
But if you remember when it first came out,
Oh yeah.
how hard was it to get hold of, and I lost interest.
Yeah, and the thing that made me lose interest was the price.
It was very expensive. It still remain expensive. They've even flicked back to LG for this year.
Really?
Yeah. So HTC bye-bye, back to LG. And now, I think it shows how hard it is at the premium end of Android to take on Samsung.
Yes.
I just don't think you can do it. An Essential phone, that is apparently that company's already worth $1 billion.
What?
It took $300 million in VC funding recently.
Jeez.
But I don't see how they're going to get sales to compete with Samsung.
Yeah.
Now, they have partnered with a network provider,
All right.
Sprint, fourth biggest. But I don't get it. I just can't see. There's a lot of premium phones at the same price point.
Yeah.
What's the differentiator, really?
Wonky screen. Yeah, it don't cut it, does it?
No, there's just not much in it, and I don't get it.
No.
Which brings me on to, Neil, the OnePlus 5.
Oh, we like OnePlus.
We do like OnePlus because it's a premium handset.
For not a premium price.
Exactly. So, a supposed price has leaked. How much is it, Neil? We wrote it down, was it?
$479.
$479. Which, if that is the official price point, probably £429 in England.
Yeah.
It's a steal.
For the specs, definitely. It's a little bit more expensive than the OnePlus 3T.
Well, the iPhone starts at $599.
Yeah.
And then, oddly, the premium Android all start above that.
Yeah.
So it is around £200 possibly cheaper.
What's the base hard drive space on an iPhone these days? What's the lowest?
64.
60. I was going to say.
Well, hang on, there might be 32. No, I think it's 64.
Yeah,
64, 128, 256.
Yeah, OnePlus generally only do 64.
Yeah, they're doing a 64 and a 128 version, different RAM in it. But even so, it's still going to be a great price point. Dual cameras.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that the size of the screen is actually in comparison to the Plus of the iPhone.
Yes.
Which starts at $699.
Yeah.
So now we're getting a bit of distance between the two price points. Now we're nearly £300. So then arguably you've got to compare it to the Samsung, the S8 Plus.
Yeah.
And then the XL. So now we're looking at anywhere between £300 and £400.
Yeah.
Cheaper.
Yeah. And they are nice phones. They really are nice phones.
Even the original OnePlus, I thought was the worst of the entire bunch was the OnePlus 2.
Yeah, I had that.
Which is the one you had,
Yeah, well, I had the 1 and the 2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think they just did a bit of a misstep on the 2, realised, massively corrected on the 3.
Yeah.
3T.
Even better.
The 5, I hope it's going to... it might even tempt me to get an Android.
Whatever happened to the X? The OnePlus X?
Oh, I had that.
Did you have that?
Yeah, I did buy that because I wanted to see what it was like.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be like a even more budget version, wasn't it?
Really well made, rock solid.
Yeah.
Felt pretty good in the hand, super snappy. I flipped it on the bay.
Yeah.
I just want to see what it was like.
Yeah.
I think I saw it for more than I bought it for. So
yeah, I can't
I wasn't too fussed, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. But I think there's got into this thing playing around with materials because then they started doing ceramic versions of it.
Yeah.
So again, I don't think it sold as well as they thought.
No.
Because people say they want small phones, but they want a small phone with says Samsung.
Yeah. I don't want a small phone. I want the biggest phone you can possibly give me.
Well, this year the Pixel's supposed to be enormous.
Yeah.
Absolutely enormous.
I know. Oh, I like a big phone.
We'll see. What else we got in 10 years now? What are you going down there?
Gaming related.
The Atari box.
The Atari box.
Do you know what? I can remember sitting round at mine and people coming round and we'd crack out the 2600. This is when we were like late teens, maybe early 20s.
Yeah.
And we'd play it non-stop. And I can remember people getting blisters on the hands and thumbs and stuff from just caning the joystick.
Oh yeah, that joystick's so iconic as well.
Oh, it is
the 2600
like
joystick.
A tank as well.
Yeah, really nice.
Way before ergonomics was a thing, because it is not very nice to hold. The button placement is difficult.
Just all that rubber around the bottom that makes it look like a gear stick on a car.
Yeah. But it added to the challenge and why we loved doing it. So we'd play track and field before we used to go out around town. And you're like, go on!
Waggly.
Yeah.
No, it's a cool move after the NES Classic coming out.
I think the NES Classic just showed how much of an appetite there was for the retro stuff. Because now it's actually, when I was collecting, it was hard to get hold of stuff.
Yeah.
But not impossible.
No.
I could get hold of pretty much anything that I wanted.
Yeah.
Whereas now, it's not so much getting hold of it, it's keeping it working.
Yeah.
It's connecting it to modern TVs, because I was struggling back when I started collecting SNES again.
Yeah.
I had to import SCART cables from Japan to even plug it into the TV, because I didn't have anything that it could plug into. And this was way before people were, like doing cool breakout boxes and da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we recently visited the National Video Game Arcade in Nottingham.
We did.
And just seeing so many CRT televisions in one place was really weird in this day and age.
Yeah, it was really, the kids loved it.
Yeah, they really did.
We played a lot of those games when we were younger that were there.
Yeah. Certain rooms walking into and just being, oh my god, this is my childhood.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
God, and oddly as well, I think I own the majority of the consoles that were in that museum at one point or another.
Yeah, definitely. It was really, really cool. But yeah, so what kind of games do you think will be on it?
I think you put the original cards, I think.
Yeah? Oh, it plays original cards?
I think I've read that. Am I making that up?
I don't know, mate.
Let's double check. I'll pad. So yeah, Video Game Museum's cool. We saw the Apple console, didn't we?
Yes.
And they had all the dev boxes for the original Xbox and PlayStation there.
It was really cool.
Well worth a visit. And they had a lot of Raspberry Pis doing emulation. And
it was like cool. An entire room that was dedicated to Dizzy.
Me and you... was it Marvel vs. Cap?
Yeah.
No, Marvel vs. SNK.
No, it was Marvel vs. Capcom.
Was it Marvel vs. Capcom? Arcade cabinet, and we couldn't believe the spacing on the buttons, could we? We cramped up.
Yeah, it was really difficult.
The first round of the game.
How do people manage getting all those 6 buttons?
Yeah, we're better than when we were kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Too old. Bit crampy now.
I can't see anything here that says anything about it.
Okay, scratch that. Maybe I read that up.
Yeah, maybe. I can't see that it played carts in this day and age.
It's obviously going to have ET. Gotta get rid of that game somehow. It's got to have track and field.
Yeah,
it's got to have adventure.
Yeah,
there's a few classics that have to be on there.
Yeah,
for me, as long as it's got track and field, that'd be good enough.
Yeah, cool.
Classic.
Okay, so and speaking of Marvel vs. Capcom, there's a new one of those coming out.
Do you know what? That's the one game I was still playing on the 360.
Yeah.
Because it's button bashing.
Yeah.
So I just used to button bash and play against people.
Yeah, it was weird because it was basically a story-based trailer, so you didn't really see anything. But for some reason, the model of Chun-Li was really weird, like it was bizarrely stocky.
Well, they're saying they're slightly moving away from the button bashing into that, to make it more real tactical. Because one of my favourite ever beat-em-ups, and this is the one I was best at, was always Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah,
because that always felt really tactical.
Yeah,
choose the character that fits your style of play: defensive, long range, close range.
That's why I was really bad at it.
It was a good game. It's good. Okay, other tech news, Neil. Can you remember the Roomba robot?
Of course.
So if you can't be bothered to hoover your house, the Roomba was the device to buy.
Yes.
It's got a new product, and it weeds the garden.
Say what?
Which for me was just like, wow, that is cool. And nowadays you see all these robots and you think, computer vision. It must look at all the weeds and the flowers and go, right, that's a weed.
Yeah, that's a flower.
That's a flower, let's get rid of the weed. No, he's gone absolute lo-fi.
Yeah.
It just cuts up all the small things.
Yeah.
Which is a great way to look at a problem. Why try and do something massively computational when you can get pretty much all the way there with something super lo-fi?
Yeah.
So, of course, you do have to weed the initial time.
Yeah, and then you set it off.
So then the question is, well, what happens if you plant some small plants? Where you can actually put this particular
collar
around that, and it won't
cut
it down.
Yeah.
So I just love it for the fact that it's come up with a very unique approach to a problem that nowadays everyone's like, well, let's spin up TensorFlow.
Yeah.
This and do that.
And it's solar powered, waterproof, so you never have to bring this thing in or do anything with it. You just stick it outside and then leave it.
The home of the future. You've got one doing your garden, you've got one on your floor, you've got one in the pool.
Yeah.
Of course, we can't afford any of these things, never mind the house.
Can't even afford the house, never mind the pool.
Okay, so my last piece of tech news, Neil.
Okay.
Because we always love batteries.
Well, they're very important in this day and age.
I was talking about being important. Realised the other day just how many things that I need to charge in this house.
A lot.
Because we've got 2 laptops.
Yeah.
There's 4 iPads in the house.
Yeah.
There's phones. Because I use predominantly now Bluetooth headphones, I think I've got 4 pairs of Bluetooth headphones. I was like, oh, this is becoming a ridiculous problem having to charge this many things. So I'm always looking at batteries. They've come up with a way to use recycled product as batteries.
Right.
So as soon as I read that headline, you know what I thought?
No.
Mr. Fusion.
Oh, Mr. Fusion, of course,
Fusion.
yeah.
No, it's not as cool as Mr. Fusion.
Oh, never mind.
Which really upset me. What they're basically doing is taking rusty metal, they're treating it, and then you can use it as a battery.
Oh.
So that is interesting. It is kind of cool. At least it's using recycled product rather than creating new lithium cells.
Yeah.
You know, we're using what's out there already. So it's great. I was just really disappointed it wasn't a Mr. Fusion.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Maybe the next one, Neil, will be a Mr. Fusion.
When things are just that simple and you can just, this needs powering, here's a banana skin and an aluminium can and, just whatever.
Yeah.
Is last night's chili. You know, it just...
If we could ever get to that point.
That would be amazing.
I was talking about this the other day to Neil, talking about how much longer do we think it will be before we will be totally off the grid?
Yeah.
So your house will be self-powering. Because that's the dream.
Yeah, totally.
If we can get like a little bit of wind, a bit of solar, combine it all. And then we were talking about, the Tesla.
Yeah.
Getting the roof solar.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you're going to do the roof, why not make all the glass solar?
Well, yeah, this is it. I mean, with the roof as well, because some of the Teslas have got like the panoramic kind of glass roof, haven't they? So if that is a solar panel, it's fantastic.
Then why stop there? Why can't all the panels of the car?
Well, yeah. I mean, if they're doing it with roof tiles that are solar panels, then why not car panels?
So now,
I mean, I wouldn't want to replace one after a crash. But
well, it's already expensive enough as it is.
Yeah.
Having to put the insurance up on.
Yeah.
To have a house that you could cover a huge amount of the surface. Well, actually, cover the surfaces that will actually receive sunlight.
Yeah.
What's clever about this? That'd be really, really cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that future, but we're going to need a lot of batteries.
It's going to be a while, isn't it?
I don't think it's going to be 20, 30 years.
No.
I think 7 to 12 years. And you could get a house. But if we're talking all houses, we're probably talking, oh my God, like 50 years.
Yeah.
Unless there's a massive breakthrough, which is so cheap that it makes sense to swap it all out.
Yeah.
Well, that's my tech news, Neil.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of swamped with the E3 press conferences, so I think that is us for this week.
There was a lot of coverage on E3.
Yeah,
I'm
there
impressed
was.
you got through.
Thank you.
There was a lot of content.
Yeah, I've just been having a quick flick now to see if I could find anything kind of last minute to add, but no is the answer.
Well, what's the date today? The 14th.
14th.
Oh, that's annoying. Our next show will be just before the 1+5 announcement.
Ah, well.
Which is now moved to be the 20th.
Yeah. Well, we will then cover it in the following week's podcast.
I'll have one of those phones at some point.
Yeah. All right.
One last thing.
Go on.
Last thing.
All right, Steve.
I know. iOS 11
Yeah.
it's got some new accessibility features which are incredible. Can you remember I've always talked to you about doing smart invert?
Yes.
Where it realises what bits to invert.
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, they've done it.
Awesome.
And I'm like, thank God someone finally did this. I can remember speaking to the Google engineers about that.
Yeah.
I think it was 4 years ago now. I was saying, this is how I can leapfrog ahead.
Yeah.
Really make a big impact on accessibility. Never did any of it. And yeah, Apple were always going to do it at some point.
Yeah.
And now they have, and can't wait to get the pull the beta.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Nice one. Okay, well, on that note, we shall leave it for this week. If you want to find us online, we're both having blanks today.
I know.
Then techenthusiast.com is the best place to go, but you can find us on Twitter and Facebook as well. It's Tech Enthusiast you want to look for. Like, subscribe, and do all the other things that you would do with your socials. But that's it for this week. We'll see you next.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Breakfast.
What for breakfast?
Yeah, what did you have for your breakfast?
I think we all know what I had for breakfast.
Was it a blueberry shake by any chance?
Yeah, if we were recording the show tomorrow, it'd have been a different breakfast. Getting up so early, I think I'm just going to eat yoghurt just quickly before I leave the house.
Fair enough. My breakfast was yoghurt.
Huh.
So
if we were recording this tomorrow, maybe we'd both have just had yoghurt.
Yeah.
Splash sugar. I think I might put a splash of granola on it.
Oof, fancy pants.
Tropical?
Mine was blueberry yoghurt.
I need to try these protein yogurts.
It's all right, yeah.
I'm killing those protein Snickers.
Yeah. You really?
Not many left already. Got through like half a box.
I can't believe the trade-off for carbs and protein. It's bonkers.
I know. Did you know what else I can't believe?
What?
A box of Mars is nearly £6 cheaper than a box of Snickers.
What, for the protein bars?
Yeah.
Whoa.
20 quid for Mars.
That's
I was like,
bonkers.
damn it.
I'm not a fan of Mars bars. Snickers are way better.
They are way better, but for the price difference,
They know it.
like,
They know it.
oh, they do.
Did you say they were bounties?
Yeah. I know.
Love a bounty.
When you're in that shop, see if they've got some bounties. Let's try
I
it.
didn't have any bounties.